Yeah, I look tired, and I don't care. I'm always tired. I always look mad because I'm always getting stuff out that it's just been years and years of pressure built up, not knowing how to move, how to how to reach the truth, how to discover a thing happening to me. So, in this message, I apologize for the fact that, it's not always easy to come out here and be this way when you're a drummer. In reality, you just want your old life back, your own abilities, and rather just to be left to them, to be able to create in a way that is unlike anybody else's business, because what you got for your movement is formidable. But listen up. In this message, I got something to say to a man, and he knows who he is. This man dragged me through hell with a smile on his face, played pretend so well that you'd think he could fool the devil himself, being that he's one and one the same, seems. This man the whole time has been converting crimes, covering up crimes, playing like he's the victim while he's the one holding the blade. He's the one holding every single last little constituent of my life in his fucking hands. And then they want to make and paint out as if I'm crazy out here. As if I'm the one that's shadowing up and putting shade upon other people. When that's not me. That's not me at all. Well, they're the ones twisting up the truth in the dark, how they like to work and keep you always feeling small, keep you looking over your shoulder as if your head's on a swivel all the time. They take your name, every last piece of what they can use to cover up their own shame and guilt. So I know they're hearing me. I know this man, J.Leigh, has fed off of every bit of light that I've had, with how he's been able to steal up every last little bit of my data to work in the way that he's been able to work in my life. Lie after lie after lie. And then having the nerve to even move the way he's moved in my life, breaching my data, breaching my home. You'd think that I hadn't gone to him before in all of this blight with confidence. But yet towards the end here, me about to be calling him out. He's calling me stupid, saying that I am the person that's making this all happen, and like I don't know what I'm talking about, right? I know what the fuck I'm talking about, G. You're not gonna get away with making me weak. You had no idea the things that I've been staged up in that fashion, or well, so you do. You do actually. No. But you had no idea of the parts that it did to me, to humble me, to turn me into a warrior, to where I'm just an unfamiliar spirit here. I'm unfamiliar to everybody in that fashion because I just wanted to stand up for what was right in my life and then be able to move without you wanting to just take claim at stealing up my voice. Oh, but I know you did. And I had a hard time with it for a long time, stuttering. So this kind of satanic ritual abuse, domestic violence, sexual violence and immorality, and all of those ways that people throw around. And sometimes they know what they're talking about, but sometimes they don't. Sometimes people out here are talking about things that they don't know anything about. They claim they do, but they don't know anything about what you've been dealing with. All that gaslighting that's not only coming from these, but sources that are supposed to be out here to help us. I mean, you have no idea what my Facebook is like lately. I mean, I had gotten into an accident. Yeah, I'm owed a lot of money for how that stuff panned out. I am. And how do you go about getting a lawyer involved? Well, it's to prove it. All of the information I have is to prove that I didn't have a story to tell. You're gonna come up to me as an officer and shut off your camera when when you're still on the scene, and you're saying, "Oh, there's nothing more to see here." Oh, is that just because the higher ups and everyone else just went away? Everyone else that was on the scene was starting to go away. I'm still here, and I didn't get a word in of edgewise. I went and paid for Discovery, only to go through the Discovery CDs myself, just to find how badly I had been scrubbed. I mean, this stuff is real to me, regardless if people aren't able to see it for what it is. This stuff is absolutely real to me. How it affects me, how it terminates my abilities in life. And then on top of it, my data and the ways that this man has hacked me, he's been able to embody every single attack that's taken upon me with his own sexual immorality, his own sexual deviancy of my life. This is violence against me, and it's domestic violence in a big time way. So them to come and talk to me as if it's just my own mind, my own abilities to thrive, and as if it's just a mental health case. You got me twisted. Sorry, but you do. Everything that I've already had to fight through, reoccurrent battles, and all of a sudden I'm supposed to go in and take care of the trauma in the way that's being pushed upon me without any kind of advocacy. This evil comes through when you're in a situation that not only you're scared in ways to speak out, but you're in ways that are just it's hard. It's hard to collect your thoughts on when you're arsenicked in that way. It's hard to collect your thoughts on, and that really needs to be put into the forefront of people's minds. It's like, what does that do? You're not gonna you're not gonna make me out to be somebody that I'm not based on something that I've been forced into based on how he's been wanting to move in my life. That's not fair. Not fair at all. And he's done this to me time and time again. And then some. All this kind of abuse. So I'm here to tell it like it is. I've told him enough is enough. I drew that line in the sand, motherfucker. I drew that line in the sand a long time ago. And at the same time, I'm approaching you formidably, letting you know, don't don't overcross my boundaries, G. I didn't say it in that way. I just said that I wanted my own life to put my own life together first before I ever wanted to continue on here. As far as having so much in my life already that I've had to face up with, I'm just trying to come back into myself now, and I want time to myself, okay? So just respect that, G. That's what I was asking for. Respect my wishes. That I don't want you to overstep what I'm asking you to do here. Just step off, back off for a while, and leave me alone. You think you could? I already knew he didn't, and I already kind of knew he wouldn't, based on me being in a resolution for how things had been in my past with other relationships of mine. So then, so then he's trying to mirror mask his own shame with where he's been able to move in my life on me, buying up or however campaigning for other people to get involved to make me out to be the one that's dirty, right? Make me out to be the one that's in the wrong. These are crimes. And nobody has the right to do that to you, even if you are having sex outside of marriage and you're in the wrong there. As it's suggested to me from someone close to me that there's nothing wrong with that, with someone choosing that way. Well, yeah, it is. When you stand close to somebody and you're supposed to hold frame for your brother or your friend or those that are close to you or just anybody, you don't have the right to be a sexual deviant in someone's life, stealing up their data to move in their life this way. You gotta be shaken if you're in that sense. You gotta be kidding me. You gotta be shaken. And you should be shaken with how some of you have moved in my life. And I wasn't the one who was dirty. I was the one who was broken. 22 years of homelessness that I've had to face based on how this man has moved in my life. Based on how this man's been able to move around the goalposts in my life to inflict the kind of pain that he had. These were covert attacks against me, my friends. These were very well plotted out, I might add, covert attacks that were meant to, at the end here, take my life. And then I can't even go to certain people about it and say, this man's been plotting to steal up my life, steal up my data. In the end here, he's been murdering me. Or he's been aiming to murder me. And this last time, I didn't think I was going to make it through it. And this, I'm not just talking about the chemical attack. I'm talking about all of the poisonous attacks that I've had to deal with that I hadn't been able to even get to a phone to even call around to explain these things to people. And do you think I'm going to be able to call someone at 3 in the morning when they got three children, they got their own job, to say that this stuff is happening to me? No. Did I think about it? Hell yeah, I thought about it. Time and time again, I thought about it for a really long time. So I've been just out here surviving this shitstorm, if you want to call it, but look at what I'm trying to do now. Look into my eyes and you discern for yourselves what the truth is here. I can tell you what I know, and I can tell you how I know it and how I know it. I'm still here and I've survived all of these covert attacks. They needed to silence me, and I can explain it. They needed to silence me because no one that's taking that length of crime is going to feel, oh, that they can just continue to hold frame in that fashion and not be able to show any signs that there's anything to show. And you're not going to come sneak up on my back like you were raking leaves, for crying out loud. You're not like I have a big enough yard to get stuff done. Go work on the other end of the yard. I'm willing to come over to your house, load load my lawnmower in my car, taking time off from work to come help you. And all of that, if you ask me, was just to also constrict me of my time and resources and everything to be able to figure this shit out. So yeah, they needed to silence me. And that's what I mean by ripping out my tongue. Because they needed it out. Because when the truth shows up in this, I'm hoping it burns deep, man. Deep, deep inside of this bitch ass. And then all of a sudden they try and scatter around like rats in the light that's being shown and shined up on them. And people know. People know who they are. They're confronting them saying, I think this man's truthful and I think you're a liar. I think you're a bold, two-faced liar. And how are they going to move with that? How are you going to deny that? Are you denying the fact that you're a liar? Or are you denying the fact that these people have emotions that are real? Either way it goes, you're denying them their truth. If you're trying to deny them something like this, That's one bold-faced move, man. And even in all this blight, you can't tell me that a motherfucker can care about you and just leave you to fucking die. And if he did care about you, he would be willing to face you. Hold accountability, hold frame, do the things that you're telling him to do, and even then, knowing how fucking hurt up that motherfucker is, you can't even fucking drop off a fucking $2 or $20 for a motherfucker, knowing how fucked up he is. You want to just play. That's all you want to do. You just want to get inside and anybody that you can find to work in that fashion the same way you had always been working in. Just to work me over. Smear campaigns. And I'm a targeted individual. I'm on the whistleblowers list. And I'd like to know any and all of the lists that I'm on. What makes a person have to go through all of this pain, all of this blight in their lives? And you see what's happening here right now, here today. You see what's happening. I'm done. I'm finished. With being quiet, with being stuffed into that little black box, not knowing how the fuck I'm gonna get out, not even able to reason a thing. So this message is like screaming through a megaphone. I'm done taking his shame and his guilt for how he's fucking done me. Trying to mirror mask me. Trying to future fake on me. You're not gonna get away with it. And I see clear through it, just like a glass of water. I can see clear through who you are. But see, you played on my intelligence. You didn't think that I had any kind of intelligence at all. And so, if they want to shake claim that it's speculation, they can't handle the reality. So they want to label me. They want to name call. They want to be unruly with me. Cut me off before I'm even able to finish what I have to say. So I'm not taking that because they never expected me to be able to come out here like this. And to tell you the truth, I didn't know if I had it in me either. But I had a hard fork to decide what you're gonna do. What are you gonna do? So I'm making my decision. I'm gonna speak out. Because I'm not gonna be quieted. I'm not gonna be silenced. And I'm not gonna be controlled in that way. But you can think whatever you want. This isn't speculation. This has been my life. And it's been painful. And the only way I've been able to discover how I've been poisoned up was through the patterns of when this motherfucker's been around in my life. And me drawing that line clear in the sand. And him double crossing it time and time again. I'm at work. She gaslit me for my keys. And they're coming back here. They're calling me, trying to figure out me, trying to figure out where I'm at, trying to figure things out. How are you gonna move? How are you gonna move, G? How are you gonna move, girl? You're a fucking criminal too. And a lot of you that can act this way over somebody's life. How do you even play? How do you even play? As if that pain isn't real. As if that pain that you feel when you're moving in that way doesn't signal you. Because it wouldn't signal you if you weren't doing the shit. If you weren't doing the shit, there would be no reason that I would be signaled in my belly about a thing happening on that kind of level of deceit in my life. And it's weighty. It's very weighty to deal with every single lie, every single constituent that they've ever made, every single ability that he's had, and me being made stupid because of the poison, which I think is arsenic, and heavy times at times where I'm falling to the fucking ground, unable to really feel like, what do I know is going on here? Oh, when that happens over and over, and you're moving in that fashion, and I don't even know, I'm out to find out the truth, and I'm willing to go to the Lord with it. So I think that the Lord is definitely answering inside of me, and it's not like a voice, like you're hearing voices in your head. No, it's a feeling in your belly. It doesn't speak English. It's not like, you know, here's what's going on, G. Da, 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 da. No, it's not like that at all. If you know something's going on and you feel it, that's your intuition speaking, and those things have been given over onto you to even be able to pray in with the mighty Lord to say, add your own discernment in my belly and remove me. Use me from head to toe as a vessel, O Lord, to help me get to the truth and to the bottom of how people have been willing to move with my life. I'm really petrified about the way that this man has moved in my life. I mean, it's just malicious. I've got scars that run so deep, and every single damn reason to be out here to speak my truth. If they had anything honorable about them at all, they would have stepped up a long time ago, and they'd have been admitting what they were doing to at least try and move to to be forgiven and to move in a way that was formidable and forthcoming and forthright. But there's nothing that has to do with that when you're talking about a psycho like that. I've had every single reason to discover what crimes have been happening to me because this has been years. And I've even asked in other situations to cops, how are you able to even do this? Not even really take me as serious for a crime that's happening to me. These precincts don't talk to each other, and it's pretty fucking obvious because they can't discover their own crimes to deal with inside of their own precincts, and I'm sure there's many because of the whole sexual pedophilia that I'm coming to find out. We don't have any stage of security around our banks. Go ahead and try and have $1 million in there, and then see how much you're able to take out. Maybe 500, maybe 1,000. Maybe you can even set the bar and set it higher, but I doubt it. And how long it's going to take you to get it out in that fashion unless you're making the making the runs on the bank. I suggest everyone make a run on the bank. Go see if they got the money. Cause they don't. They don't. And they won't. And that's being done on purpose too, because they want to move into this digital currency and get everyone's phone inside of people's right hand, get a chip in our foreheads or in our thumb, get these computer chips in our heads so online is in our heads. And they're just staging us to be deactivated. If you're a targeted individual, good luck eating in the future. Good luck having a job. This isn't just speculation, as people want to make it. But the fact of the matter is they won't ever admit shit. They don't ever admit shit. They're straight up cowards. They're straight up dickheads, hiding behind a twisted system with stories to tell to the media and play it off as if you got a free press. Smile in your face. Koala bears make the news better than you do. Each and every single year that they want to hold a little koala bear or whatever. Or Groundhog's Day. Or the news for Halloween. Or anything else. You're not going to get the news though. And you want to know why? Because you know the truth about how these people are in cahoots with the Freemasons, how the Freemasons are in cahoots with stealing up all and every last little bit of your availability to have a free press. And on top of it, it was mentioned to me in a video even that every single charity that's out there, they're trying to own up in a way to make it as non-charitable to people like me as possible. Well, if I was able to create my mission and my movement as far as my website is concerned, oh, Facebook and a whole bunch of other things, Google, Silicon Valley, all you would be getting flushed right down the toilet. Everything that's about everything that you're about. Because these people don't have God. These people aren't God-fearing people in a fashion that's supposed to be able to teach them about love, that God is love, and in order to be able to have that love for your own, you have to know the Father's is love. If you don't know that Father's is love coming from God, go ahead and hallmark it up however you want. What you have is an attachment, that's all you have. It's not a true connection. And so throughout time, they've taken away the statement of live birth, and in its place, they've given you a receipt for your live birth as if you are already a dead fiction. And so you have to turn this around to be a sovereign in some fashion, to be able to say, no, I am the surname of whom you are. I'm alive in the flesh. And these people don't like it. They don't like it because it is slavery and it is a crime, and it's a crime over our humanity in whole. So fake up however you want to fake up. Go keep all of your little donations going into offshore accounts and mark it up as this is charitable. There's nothing charitable happening out here, folks. Where is charity? And if it is somewhere, I'd like you to find it for a guy. Me, Matthew Murden. Good luck. So if you're listening to this, hear this, Mr. J.Leigh. I'm not stopping until every single layer of truth in this is covered. I'm not stopping at all. No more gaslighting me. No more manipulating me. Hell, with the kind of data and ability you have, you've been able to have every single last little reason that you thought you would have my life in the casket already. So when it comes up to this mirror masking, look at yourself in the mirror, bitch. Take a real good, strong look at yourself as how much of a fucking coward you are. Because you're not turning away from your evil. Rather, I think you love that evil. The demons that you possess and the demons that are possessing you, rather, you've fallen in love with them over falling in love with love, or over falling in love with the love of our Father, and over falling in love with Jesus Christ, taking 39 lashes to his back, and each one of those to be able to hold on to us. That each one of those lashes he took onto us were to cover our scars, our pains, our sins, for the chosen ones that are out here. So when it comes to the front line of this kind of spiritual battlefield, the truth is going to outlast you and outshine you. You can cage up however the fuck you want to cage up. Your lies, your ways, and you working in iniquity over a person's life, you will be worth nothing. You don't want to turn from your evil ways and actually listen to some of my ministries, where these are formidable moves for both ends of the spectrum, me's and you's. To turn away from your evil ways. For all of the pain that the Lord Jesus Christ went to and died to save us from our sins on that cross, was exactly about this kind of unified love that obviously you don't want to hold on to, because if you were to hold on to it right now, and if you were to actually come out with that truth, sure, I could probably forgive you to move on with myself, but how in the fuck are you going to forgive yourself, Mr. Beat Red in the Face, me calling you out for all your bullshit, and me telling you to your motherfucking face, just like David against the Goliath, I will take off your head in the name of Jesus Christ. And that is exactly what I told him. Loudly. And get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. This life is nothing but a blink of an eye, and the Lord is my vengeance, and I'm going to hold tight to that. That's all. So there's no more silence here. No more shadows. Well done, you dumbass cage bitch. You wanted to name call me and call me stupid while you had all of my data. You have my old phone number, my old Facebook. You're the one that hacked me. You're the one that hijacked my information to even, I think, cause me to get into that accident. And who cares if I'm wrong? Who cares if I'm speculating here? Because where your bitch ass moved in the recent and in the past, you deserve to get smacked the fuck up. Smack the fuck up. But I'm holding tight because I know I don't want to be an article. And rather than being an article, I want my mission and I want my movement complete. Complete. And without me being able to move in that fashion based on how the constituents of this world is moving, well, that just tells me that this whole world's nothing but a cage ass bitch and a fucking fascist ass coward. Just like you are, G. So enjoy your little to do nothing life. Enjoy what the fuck you have to deal with. Oh, breathing in and out. Oh, your heartbeat's going. Oh, do you know any fucking thing about it though, G? Do you know any fucking thing about it though, G? Because I don't think you do. I've been born in these shadows. I was like 2 or 3 years old, motherfucker, being made into a fucking warrior since I was a fucking kid. You wanna fucking play about me this way? Good luck, G. If this ever makes it into Supreme Courts, I think it's something like 100 life sentence back to back for how you fucking have done me. And I think even worse. I've mentioned it before. I would turn up the fucking cranks all the way up myself, wouldn't even say a word to you. I'd say a little prayer in my mind with the Lord and throw a King James Version Bible on. No, I don't even think that would do any good for you. That motherfucking switch would be on in a fucking heartbeat with where you took my life, you bitch ass. Because here's the thing. If you ever had love for your own G after 29 years, you would have been showing up a long time ago. A long time ago. Holding the littlest bit of semblance of clarity as far as how you've been able to move in my life. And then seeing how fucking ran down into the ground I am. If you had any love for me, you would have been here for me, giving me a little bit of a break financially. Knowing exactly where your dumbass moved with my life. So good luck. Good luck to you, mate. Good luck, because just like the David against the Goliath, and I think that this is stronger of a situation than was explained there in the Bible in ways that is just so malicious, so disheartening to even think about happening in a person's life. I, even without my rights with my rights being stripped from me as a targeted individual, I, Matthew Murden, will take off your head in the name of Jesus Christ with how you moved in my life. Play. Keep playing. You want to fuck around with the whole motherfucking fuck around. Your bitch ass nigga is gonna be able to find out exactly what the fuck you just done because you fucked up.